Good morning to you. This is pretty extraordinary, isn't it? Can you walk us through the ruling?
It is extraordinary, Carl. Before I do that, I can't do this segment without acknowledging my own role in the system that promoted vaccine mandates. But I think what this ruling does is it calls into question the basis upon which those mandates were put in, and it does so because the Queensland Police Commissioner, by law, had to examine the impact on human rights. And it was clear through this case and the evidence, which I read yesterday, that she did no such thing. She didn't give any regard to the human rights implications of these vaccine mandates, and so they were declared unlawful under Section 58 of the Queensland Human Rights Act.
As you know, this caused so much conjecture and angst at the time, right? So what does it actually mean now for those frontline workers who made this complaint?
It could mean a number of things. It could mean that some of them get their jobs back. It could open the way for civil proceedings and damages against the governments with human rights acts, which are Queensland, ACT and Victoria. But importantly, I think it opens all the decisions that we, as senior health officials, as senior police and ambulance officials made. Did we have regard to Australians' human rights when we made those decisions, and to what extent did we balance those decisions against human rights? And I think going forward, that's probably the most important thing of these decisions, and I think there's going to be more of them.
Well, Victoria needs to keep an eye on this then.
Well, Victoria certainly does. I mean, there must be cases going on down there. And I think that if we're going to have human rights acts and they're supposed to be protective of people's rights, well, we do have to have regard from them. And there was, you know, we have a human rights commissioner, a federal human rights commissioner, who was unfortunately quite silent during the pandemic on some of these issues. And it doesn't matter if the majority of the population goes along with it. Human rights acts are there to protect the minority who may have very good reasons or beliefs.
I don't know if they would have got much airplay when you go back to the circumstances. But you rightly point out, Nick, that that you're a government official promoting vaccines during the pandemic. You're a big boy, you can defend yourself. Did you get it wrong?